Hello everyone, it's Matt Mriglia here, your District Technology Integrator with a brand new, thing for the end of the year called Tips of the Week Live. See, I have it over my shoulder here. We're going to try this out in this month of June here, and hopefully come next year, this is something we'll be doing on a monthly basis to kind of take the place of the Tips of the Week. Who knows, maybe we'll have guests and other things. Mainly they're going to be a quick, short video on some tips that you can do help your use of educational and instructional technology. For instance, today we're going to take a look at the Files app on a Chromebook and a Chromebox as part of our summer cleanup tips. This is part 2. And through this part 2, I'm going to introduce this Tips of the Week live, and hopefully this will become a regular way for all of us to get together. You're watching this recorded, so it's technically not live, but we are going to go live next year. And I'm going to put out different times once a month, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, sometimes early in the morning, before school, during school, lunchtime, after school, evening time. Try to give a different time so that if anyone wants to join live, they can join live. And then on a Friday, late Thursday, Friday, when we do this, that's when I'll put them up out as Tips of the Week. And it's recorded on Google Hangouts on Air, on YouTube Live technically, so that you can take a peek at it at another time at your leisure, and we'll keep a running list of these. Who knows, maybe next year we'll have a guest or two. Could be you, if you wanted to be a guest, standing right next to me here in the technology office, but we could take this on the road and go out into the district and see different things that are going on, maybe showcase something live in a classroom, and hopefully it'll be something that we can all benefit from, and another way to bring kind of one start point together. So let's get into what we're going to talk about today is the Files app on a Chromebook and a Chromebox. It's part of our summer cleanup tips. So I'm going to screen share here really quick so that you can see what it is that I'm looking at. I have StartPoint CSD's website up. Well, let's take a look at our drive. Now, if you look at my screen, I got a ton of different folders here, but way down at the bottom, if you take a peek, you'll see I got a bunch of things down here on my shelf. The things I have down on my shelf, the one I want to zero in on is this one right here. It's called Files, okay? Files app. If you don't have this on your shelf, you can find it on a Chromebook or a Chromebox by clicking on the launcher. I have mine obviously here because these are the most frequently used apps. That's what pops up. If you click on this little arrow, which everyone will have down here on their Chromebook or Chromebox, and you click on this, you'll see that it might show up here. Like my camera shows up here. There's my Files app right there. And if you want it on your shelf, it's as simple as click and drag and drop it down here. And since I already have it, it's making me move it. It's called pinning it to the shelf. You can also right click and you'll see pin or unpin depending if you have it or not. So now that we have it here, let's click on it and open it up and see what it is it looks like. It's this huge blue monstrosity that has a ton of stuff in it. I can get to my drive this way if I want to. I can get to my shared with me. Now I have the box right next to what my drive is, so you can see the differences between what my drive on the web looks like and what my Files app looks like on my Chromebook. I have Recent, which they have, and I have some offline stuff. If any of you do any work with Google Docs offline, it'll be there too. But it has a folder called Downloads. Sometimes we like to think that there's not anything on our Chromebooks or Chromeboxes, but there is a little bit of a hard drive, a decent sized one too. And when we find pictures on the internet or we save things, this little blue box will pop up for us to see. So I'm going to click out of this and show you an example. So let's say I'm on StartPoint's website and I find a picture or something that I wish to save. And I right click on that and I hit Save Image As. Our Files app comes up. You've probably seen it this way before, where we're naming things and it has our Downloads folder there as well. So that's where it lives. If we want to just find that Downloads folder without having to right click or save anything, that's where it is inside that Files app. Sticking with our theme, our summer cleanup, you should understand that as you download things, could be, you see I have some PDFs here, I have some pictures, I have a few other things, but I don't really need these. I want to clean these up. First thing I want to do is find anything I want to keep. So let's say I want to keep this wonderful picture of the StartPoint mascot right in the middle of the field. So I take a look at the picture, I'm like, oh, that's a nice picture, I want to keep that. So I'm in my Downloads folder. It's as simple as me taking it, dragging it over, hold it over drive, my drive, and I can drop it there. And then I can move it wherever I'd like. And you see how my folders come up. So when I click on my drive, if I scroll down a little bit, I should see it somewhere. And there it is. It appears right there. So I've gotten rid of a picture that I want to get rid of. Let me scroll down further here, go back to my downloads, and now I want to start cleaning it up. There's two ways to clean it up. I can just delete everything one by one, or if you're in a little bit of a rush or you have some time that you wish to save, it's as simple as holding down on one. I'm holding the shift key. You can't see me, but I'm holding down the shift key, and as I click, it will get whole rows done for me. If I click back to here, it shrinks the row. Right click, hit delete, and I am deleting. If I just want to delete various ones, and I'm clicking on this, then I want to click on this one, and I want to click on that one, I'm holding down the control key, which allows me to click around at various ones, and then I'll hit delete, and those will go away. Another little quick thing I can show you if you want to organize these or look at things via different ways, different, like, I guess, organization of looking at them, seeing which way they go. Notice up here where it says open, I have a default view. I can look at some things for through Kami. I actually have an app attached, but if I hit change default, I can then change the default. What do I want it to look like? I can look at through Kami or through another app that I have. Most of us aren't going to use this. There are apps that we can add to our files. I haven't gotten into that too much. It allows us to see these things a little bit differently. Where you'll find those at, and you got to be careful, not all of them will work, is down here something called add new services. When I click on that, it allows me to install some services that will help me with this downloads folder and my files app. Some of them might not work that well. You're getting into the more advanced IT speak kind of stuff. If you find one that works for you and you can add it and it allows you to, then give it a shot, but it will add to your files app. Basically, though, we want to clean this downloads folder out, especially before the summer, so make sure that it's not taking up a ton of hard drive space on our download folder. I can hit this little trash button. It will delete anything that I've highlighted if I need to, and I can hold down Shift or Control and get rid of the ones that I want. So there you go. That's your Files app, something that you want to remember to clean out on your Chrome boxes and your Chromebooks before the summer comes. Hopefully you got all that. I'm going to click off of this. I'm going to get back to my screen here. It's going to look a little weird until I show my face here. Let me stop screen sharing, and there I am back for you live and in person. So hopefully this is something that was beneficial to you, and it will start out real simple with the Files app. Hopefully we'll be adding different things come September, October, November, once a month, have some guests on this brand new thing called Tips of the Week Live. This was a little test to see how it worked. Hopefully you'll enjoy these few minutes we were together here, and hopefully I will see you soon. So long, everybody.